Okay, so day 60 to 90. We're actually getting somewhere. I am so happy. So I have gone through 2 months of this. Well, I've gone through 3 months. I've gone with you now through 2 months of my 3 months that I'm doing. And then we can start together. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere with everything. It seems. Life is just seeming to fall into place. Anyway, so day 60 to 90, your magical items to gather. You will need the following magical items during the next 30 days of training. So day 61, you require a 5 to 6 red taper candle, inch red taper candle. You can find these because you will need, let's see, at least 2. So you'll be able to get the red ones and any white ones, like I've said before, at the Dollar Tree. Sometimes Dollarama has, if you're Canadian or you're in a place that has a Dollarama, I don't know how widely known they are, or any dollar store, look in the candle section because you can always find something. If you can't afford the really expensive candles, go for a basic white candle from the dollar store. They can be used. It doesn't take away from anything. It's just basically what you can afford. And trust me, I know I can barely afford anything too, so it's okay. Or you can, like I've said, you can melt these sort of down. These are the easiest ones because they're already in their own little trays. So you can kind of, I showed it on one of my Yule things. You can kind of use a saucepan, or I like to use this thing. This is, I can't find the wick for this candle, so I just have a, turn it on. I just have it sitting on like a heated base thing. You could buy those for like $5. Anyway, I've melted them down, and you can add color, or you can add herbs to these to make them the color or scent that you want, and that's just a cheap and easy way to do it too. I mean, if you already have food coloring in your house, you can just easily use food coloring in them. It's not as, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as vibrant sometimes, but you get the gist of the color that you need. So, like I said, day 61 is a red taper candle. At day 64, you'll need a 1/4 ounce dried and powdered acorns or dried white oak bark, a 1/4 ounce dried dittany of Crete. And I mean, if you don't have these, look for substitutions. 1/4 ounce cedar bark chips or powdered bark. And I mean, if you have a cedar tree, use the cedar tree. If you, you know, go to a warehouse, or not warehouse, anywhere that they sell garden supplies, and they have like giant bags of them, but you may be able to find a small bag of it. You'll need powdered sandalwood, sage essential oil, patchouli essential oil, vegetable glycerin, 1/8 of an ounce of dried mullein leaves, and 1/8 of an ounce of dried wormwood, the leaf. Day 71, you'll need pencil, pen, markers, crayons, or any other favorite drawing utensil. So these you already have on hand. Day 72, you'll need 2 4x4 inch squares of paper, a red ink pen, dried holly, mistletoe pine, or some other evergreen herb. I will be using fir because I have it on hand. Dried powdered oak or a perennial herb such as lavender, and a small burning vessel such as an iron pot. Day 73, you will need another red taper candle, a small amount of dried pine or pine needles, self-igniting charcoal, and / matches. I said the slash, so I said slash. And day 74, you'll need 2 pints brown ale, half a pint of dry sherry or dry white wine. I used white wine. I'm not a sherry person at all. 3 ounces of sugar, 3 to 4 apples, half of a lemon, 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg. If you live in Canada or have anywhere around you that sells bulk herbs, that is the best place to get the herbs. That is actually the best place I get all of my herbs. Oh no. Sorry. My camera was dying. Anyway, day 76, a 1/4 ounce of dried mistletoe, gold leaf, a few sheets, vegetable glycerin, a 6x6 square of green cloth, and at Walmart you can get, or Michael's, you can find like $2 scraps of cloth, and they normally are actually that big, so you'd be fine. Gold thread, a sewing needle, and pine essential oil, but that's optional. On day 77, you will need a 1/4 ounce of powdered sandalwood, a 1/4 ounce dried pine bark or dried cedar bark, several crushed dried pine needles, vegetable glycerin, pine essential oil, rosemary essential oil, bay essential oil, and 12 frankincense tears or pieces of resin. So, what they mean by that is 12 of these little things. Day 78, you'll need a piece of blank paper about 4 by 4 inches, a pen with red ink, or a quill pen with dragon's blood ink. I just use the red ink. I mean, you can easily get red pens from the dollar store if you don't have them already. A piece of cheese, bread, or fruit. Day 80, you'll need a bucket that contains milk and water, and a broom. Day 82, you'll need 5 taper candles, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 green, and 1 white, and a pin or sharp-edged knife. Or, I showed you it before, I got at the Dollar Tree. It's mainly for, I don't even know what it is. It's that long thing that's white and pink, and I've showed it to you before. I etch my candles with the smaller end of that, or pillar candles with the bigger end of it. It's just so much easier. Or, where'd it go? Or, like a needle. If you have sewing stuff, a needle works perfectly fine too. So day 83, you'll need a small piece of wool, perhaps from a spool of wool yarn. You can get wool at the dollar store. Actually, Dollarama and Dollar Tree, I've noticed. So keep a lookout for those. You'll need a sack of birdseed. Again, you can buy those at the dollar store. Go a Dollarama, if you have one in your area, will have small sacks of birdseed. Flaxseed, which is optional. Again, Bulk Barn or any bulk type stores that you can get that stuff at. Very cheap if you only need a little bit of it. You'll need an iron pot with a large cooking pot or a cauldron large enough to accommodate all 5 upright candles. If you're just using the little candles, a little one would be fine. The ash you collected for burning your Yule log. So day 86, you'll need a 1/4 ounce of white sage, cedar, or frankincense resin. Day 90, you'll need 1 ounce powdered sandalwood, 1 teaspoon dry bay laurel, 3 teaspoons myrrh powder or resin pieces, 1 teaspoon dried coltsfoot, leaf or flower, vegetable glycerin, myrrh essential oil, basil essential oil, and bay essential oil. Now, for the vegetable glycerin, this is my grapeseed oil that I bought at a health food store. You can get the same brand. You can get a smaller bottle even, but by the looks of it, you'll probably need the big bottle. You can buy this stuff at the health food store, along with any essential oils that you will need. Now this big bottle cost me $15, so maybe if you're on a budget, grab a smaller bottle. But that's where I found vegetable glycerin, and I remembered from the book that I needed it, so I picked up the smaller bottle because, again, I was on a budget. So I grabbed the smaller bottle. I use my grapeseed oil. That's like my second or third bottle. So I keep that on hand, but the vegetable glycerin was a new thing, so I only bought a small bottle of it, and I needed to buy a second one. It all depends on how much oil you use. I probably used too much. Anyway, so that was your collection items from day 60 to day 90, and I will see you in a little bit as I'm uploading these ones, and I will then, you know, I should not be. Okay, that makes sense. I think. Yep. So I will try to get at least to halfway point today. If not, then it's because I was busy. End of story. So I am going to snag the SD card that these are all on. I am going to pack up my computer, take it all downstairs, be a very bad girl, and make a cup of cocoa, and upload this stuff, and do some of my other stuff. And then I will come back, break, and probably do 5, 5, and 5. So that's 15 of the 30 that I need. And then if I have time, do 5, 5, and 5. So I will see you in a bit. Blessed be and keep crafting, witches.